calculators, thank you so much for being a part of this Mad Hatter training. Now, I want to just do an overview of what's going on with the FOI tuner and how to use it with the overall strategy. Now, in this membership site, I'm going to be updating, as much as I can. The market's always changing, and the strategies are probably changing a lot. And of course, we're going to be creating the bot to change with the market conditions. And at least that's the idea. So I want to give you overall on how to set this up. Now, we're going to use the FOI tuner as a tool to help us fine tune the settings, but it's only as good as how you drive it with the golf analogy with the initial guess. Now, we're going to be incorporating the initial guess as part of the tuner so that it can do the driver for you. And then based on those inputs, it'll then find out where it's doing well and then tune it in to increase the ROI that way. Okay. So now setting up a lot of these bots, we need to set up all these coins as much as we can so that we're not always waiting for a signal for the Mad Hatter, because the Mad Hatter tool will kind of wait till it does an extreme drop, break some Bollinger Bands, and then fire some signals, and then it'll buy and go from there. But in the meantime, you're just kind of sitting around to put your money to work. So the best way to do that is to set it up for as many coins as possible, because we don't know where and when it's going to fire. And usually a lot of times we do the research, you kind of look at it, monitor it, track it a few days, and then, oh, there's a buying signal, let's get ready for it, and we hit the buy button, and then hopefully we bought in the right position, right? But that's kind of quite tiring to monitor. There's so many coins out there, so we then leverage the bot to monitor those signals and then get in and get out when it needs to. So but setting all those up is quite tedious too. So once we have a process set up, you might want to also use a virtual assistant to help you with this, to set it up in the meantime until we get this initial guess deal set up and we can create coins automatically. That's for the later on, as I develop the tool. And of course, I'm developing this for myself because I want to do this to provide more passive income, so that it's constantly working and it's trading and adjusting over time. A couple of more strategies in there as we are trading, and we have tons of coins that we're monitoring. It'll tune it and keep it up to date every 2 to 3 days or whatever it is, depending on how fast. But also as a collective, all the bots that are out there that part of our FOI tuner community will all contribute to a common database, so that we can get those initial guesses a lot faster, and then jumpstart everyone a lot quicker instead of have to rebuild everything up from scratch again, which takes time. So with that, then we'll be able to monitor it through a simulated wallet. Once it starts to do well and we see it, then we can start pushing some real money into it, but start small, and if it starts to do well, we'll double down more and more as it starts to confirm more and more. And then if it starts to change, it'll we'll then retract those trade amounts as the market starts to turn, and push the funds somewhere else that's more safer or into another coin, and double down on that kind of thing. So it's all about it's wealth cycles, they call it. Of course it's gonna do well. As soon as it does really well, then you better sell before it turns, and then we have to move somewhere else, and then we kind of play the wealth cycles, kind of move around, and on the time always compounding your income. Okay, so it's always changing. That's the work that needs to be done, but we're gonna do our best to automate all that. Once that's done, I think that's the pinnacle of the strategy. Later on, I'll probably work on some other strategies, some other custom stuff where I can trade without using the browser, and I'm kind of excited to get to that point too, because then I think it'd be really exciting. So anyway, so this is it for now. I'm gonna go ahead and add this to this, and then I'm gonna give you a little more strategies on setting up our bots and how to use the tuner. Okay, all right, thanks.